Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
Hey, so y'all ready for my story?
Yeah.
This is Kush and Chemtrails, right? So I can go there. I can go there.
Go all the way.
All right, check this out. So you know, Emmett, you know me for a long time.
I have.
You know that I've never in my life ever gotten high on nothing,
True.
right? Never even smoked a cigarette.
Yeah,
nothing.
absolutely.
Never took a pill.
I don't even know how many times you drank. I don't even think it's been a lot.
Not a lot at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that I could count on one hand
For
the
sure.
times I've been even drunk.
Like drunk.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Well.
Have you heard of crack?
Have you heard of meth? It's fucking great. No, but check this out. So probably like 100 episodes we've been talking about doing this, and it's always been like at the forefront of like our plans, like the ultimate shit we're gonna do on the pod, right? Well, we just ended season 4, episode 200, and that was what we finally planned on doing. We finally did the DMT episode.
I fucking knew it.
I could tell. He was
knew
just
it.
waiting for me to say it.
I was like, no way, dude.
So listen, Buck. I went from
I'm excited.
0 to 100
Yeah.
real quick.
Wow.
I went from nothing to just
Yeah.
going all in. Just
Yeah.
went to fucking space, yo.
yeah.
This shit was wild
I
as
bet it was.
fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Everything that they say, yeah, I saw that shit. Like I didn't see no beings and shit, but all them shapes and patterns and colors and shit. Felt like people were just holding me down, like all just started tingling in my chest, and they just pushed me down, just laying down for like 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
this shit was wild. So imagine me, bro. I thought I was gonna be coughing. They said I didn't even blow the smoke out. I don't know where the smoke went to this day. I might, I might still be on DMT right now. They're like, I mean, I was kind of going like through it a little, so I'm sure it leaked out and shit. But I was just doing like they said, hey, just try to hold it in as long as you can.
Yeah, when you do that, it absorbs into the
Yeah,
lung tissue.
and I held it so long that the shit hit me, and I just went back and never blew out.
Yeah.
So we all did it, man. And so episode 200, bro, like basically you hear like, each one of us allegedly, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what we can say.
Right.
And then like we just get up at like after 10. I mean, it's all edited. You don't have to sit there for 10 minutes of silence. And then we just get up and start saying our shit, bro.
That's
like it felt like my tongue was gone. Like I didn't have a tongue anymore.
Yeah.
Shit was wild. And I kept saying that, like, yo, my tongue. I said thank you to somebody. I don't remember that shit.
That's dope, dude.
But yeah, it was like a real cool journey. And it's a trip because this is the only thing I would have done. So like when you were talking about psychedelics, like I'm probably more open to like maybe like mushroom or some shit
Right.
now. But like this was the only thing that ever I heard about that I was like, yo, I want to do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been a running joke for a long ass time. Like, yo, this Cookbook about to go from nothing all the way,
Yeah.
like to DMT. That's pretty hardcore. And man, everybody was like, is he really gonna do this shit? And
And
like,
you brought it up
I
last
went
time
in,
you were
bro.
here.
Yeah, I went all the way in, bro. Just
I love it.
took it to the head, bro. Just
Yeah.
went out to
Happy for you.
outer space, my G.
I bet you did.
Hell yeah,
Your
I
body's
did.
super clean, bro.
Yeah.
Body's super clean. Then you run and shit all the time.
Yeah.
And you eat relatively healthy too.
Yeah, yep.
So, yeah, you're like, "Ah." You know
Oh
what
hell
I
yeah,
mean?
hell yeah! It was. I mean, it's a trip though, because people treat that very spiritually. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not just like, yo, let me just throw some beers back with the homie or whatever. Like, we're gonna trip balls off shrooms, bro.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Like it was like he was the dude who was like leading us or whatever through it was like very ceremonial with that shit. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's gonna like it's a separate person. Like it's gonna do. It might take you this way, and then it kind of feels like that when you go in there. It feels like you can tell like when you're talking to yourself, but it also feels like there's something else talking to you. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
I get
weird,
what
and
you're saying.
people see like people, beings, creatures. They see all kinds of shit.
Fuck
I
yeah,
didn't
they
see
do.
none of that shit.
Well,
The homies did.
Low key, that's why when you said you went from 0 to 100, I'm glad you made that point right now, because I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like you did, but it's not like you did fucking acid or something like like crack.
No,
That
no,
would have
no,
been
no.
0 to 100, because this one, like you said, has a spiritual element to it, where
Yeah.
people are said to have met the found peace or found the purpose of life and all type
All
of
kind of shit, yeah.
So even though it is like intense, I think it's like like you know, we kind of dove in on this before. Like people look at psychedelics a little bit different than like just regular drug
they do.
use, or you know. So I think it's cool, man.
Yeah, I thought it was cool
That's hella
too.
cool.
And not
awesome.
only on the spiritual tip, like scientists and shit be studying this type of shit. They in there fucking tripping balls just to like study the shit.
yeah.
And they, you know,
yeah, they are.
because they're like something's going on, and we want to figure out what it is. You know what I mean? Is it just chemicals doing some shit, or like is this shit unlocking some shit where you go somewhere else? Because that's what most people believe. That's why they treat it so spiritual, like, you know what I mean? So I mean, it was
That's awesome,
it
bro.
was some real shit. So that's
dope.
you know, that was a big deal for me. But it was we've been talking about, like I guess you said, I said it last time. So we've been talking about this shit for quite a while.
Yeah.
And it was dope because you know, it was like all the Pop brothers. Those are like my brothers. You know what I mean? So it's just a cool ass vibe that we got to do that shit together, man.
How long
dope.
does the trip last?
It typically lasts 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's not that long.
Nah.
You fucked with it before, Ron?
No, I just been doing research on it and shit. You know, like I want to do it. I just want to see like how my temperament would be through other people's experiences.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
it hits people different, but it's the same too, right?
Yeah.
Most people do what we did. That shit hit you and you out. You know what I mean? You just once I kind of like gave into it, because it was like I felt like an internal struggle when it was first happening. Once I gave into it, like I'm not there no more. Like I don't know where I'm at. Like because my eyes are closed. And one time I kind of accidentally opened my eyes and it snapped me back like to reality. And I thought that shit ended. I thought I fucked it up. And that's when I first heard something that didn't seem like it was me talking to me. It was like, no, you're still in it. Go back in.
It's funny.
And I just closed my eyes back in and whoosh, I was right back.
Nice.
Not to cut you off, but
go ahead.
It's funny you say that because I was gonna tell you, like through one of the research things that I was looking at, they say without actually going through the ceremonies or taking it eternally or whatever, you could do it spiritually, man. Like they say, if you go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
In an all dark room, like super dark, but sleep with your eyes open. Like get yourself watch a gang of movies, whatever you gotta do to get yourself sleepy as fuck, and then go lay down in a dark ass room where you damn near finna go to sleep. But keep your eyes open as much as you can. You gotta damn near fight it a bit to where you gonna go to sleep, bro, with your eyes wide open. And at that moment, some come out of your pineal gland and it activate like a squirt, a splash. It will, bro. Like,
Hey,
up.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Ronnie. I
For
love
real.
squirting out my penile.
No.
Pineal.
Or whatever, you feel me?
Penile is
Your
right
third
here.
eye, you know what I'm talking about? or the pen or something, you know what I'm saying?
Hey yo.
But look,
Hey yo.
hey, but what I'm saying is you can activate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why you like, it's almost like an out of body experience or something.
Well, DMT is part of us. It is a chemical that we, I think the substance really just stops the DMT from flowing so that it can take you on a trip.
Yeah.
The biggest DMT, trips you get are when you're born and when you die. So this is just a way to activate it while you don't have to
That's
do
like
either
when
one of those things.
light flashes before your eyes type shit.
Type shit, yeah.
If a
Because then
motherfucker push
time
you,
don't even matter, bro.
if somebody pushed you off a building and then caught your ass right before you died, like that whole experience going through your head before you got caught, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're crazy as humans. We want to experience the extreme.
That's-
Like, you know that feeling right before you die? Let me feel that.
Right?
Let's get that.
Run that.
Yeah, let me choke myself while I
Yeah,
masturbate.
that's what a lot of people do that. That's one of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Because I want to get close to death when I come.
That's
crazy.
damn near what lean and heroin seem like. You be like damn near like barely awake, or barely conscious.
That shit's scary.
Yeah, that's what it is,
Fuck
bro.
that.
Your shit is so motherfucking depressed that you're on your way out,
It's kind of like what Ronnie was just saying, when you're fighting that sleep, because they be fighting the sleep
Yeah.
when they be on that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing though when I went to my retreat, because they did the ceremony at night, bro. So your natural instinct is to, after you do the shit, you're relaxed, you're in your blanket, they're playing music and shit, you get cozy, you're like,
that sounds
shit,
dope.
I could go to sleep right now. But they tell you to fight to sleep because that's when you see the visuals and shit. So kind of the same thing, bro.
Was that on a DMT thing or no?
No, I did ayahuasca.
Oh, so it is the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's just ayahuasca is the longer, right? Did you have to like vomit and shit? Because most people like vomit and shit on themselves.
Yeah,
and all that.
purge type shit.
Yeah,
I
and
did.
then you go
We did it 3 nights. So the third night, I did purge a little bit.
And then you stay in it, right, for like 45 minutes, right?
Man, that shit stayed with me for like hours.
Well, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The ayahuasca thing is the
That
same
shit stayed with
chemical,
me
it's the
after
same
I left.
component.
Yeah.
It's just DMT is.
I think it's still with me because, like you said, they say it's a spirit.
Yeah.
So the ayahuasca was like the spirit of a grandmother, I believe. You know, so yeah. I
You
felt
keep,
that shit.
yeah. They're telling me like as the days go on, like more shit will pop up for me and shit. I'll just be walking like, oh shit, and like, cause I thought I was only under for like 3 minutes. I'm like, that was short. They're like, nah, fool, you were down for 10 minutes. So there's a whole portion of it where I was doing something else that I don't remember it yet.
I think it turns off our time. You know?
for sure it does.
Our sense of time and shit.
Hell yeah.
Because that's why you're able to access memories. Because like me and Emmett have dived in on it, I'm sure you guys have too. Everything's happening simultaneously in reality, you know, past, present, and future.
That's the only way time travel is ever going to be possible.
That's how we tap into it, is when we do those ayahuasca, DMT, then the time that we're so used to living on is no longer. We can access shit easily from the past and manifest the future more easily. And that's what you try to take with you from those experiences, or at least that's what I take, you know, from it. Because that's why people take healing from those moments, is because they can make clarity with things in their past that were unclarified, or give love to their childlike self, you know, so they could feel more whole today.
Damn.
You know, so it's like accessing the past and the
That's
same.
wild.
Yeah.
And you got all that from ayahuasca? That's dope.
I didn't get it myself, bro. What I found is a lot of the knowledge that you get is not just from the visuals and the experience of you, but people sharing. So the spirit not only takes over you, but I think it takes over your group, bro. Because
Damn,
people
bro.
was opening up on some shit like you only see on Lifetime or on like television series. Like people was telling us their whole life, and bad stuff too, like abuse, you know, just grotesque stuff, bro. But they had to get that shit off. Not only do you purge through the throwing up, but then you purge some of that pain, bro. And then there's a moment of like where you come to accept each other no matter what everybody been through, so you realize you're not the shit you've been through, you know? So it helps people come to grips with how to move forward when they're carrying all this baggage. That's what it did for me, or showed me about humanity is, and this is even what the shaman kept saying, he said, we're doing the work to make all of humanity better, because not everybody's dealing with curing the traumas that we carry around every day.
100.
Yeah, so it was deep, bro.
Hey, and you had to go live for 3 days?
Yeah, 3 nights, yeah.
Man, that's why I like doing DMT, man. It was wrapped up.
Yeah.
My whole shit was like 45 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
3
long.
days? What,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
haven't been back since because of that.
That's
They've
what
been
I'm saying,
inviting
bro.
me, and then they have ones that are just 1 night or 2 nights, but not ayahuasca. They have all kind of stuff. Like I went back and did the shrooms.
Yeah.
And that's how I got kind of into the shroom culture, and ever since then I've been doing little shrooms here and there, more like microdosing.
Yeah,
But yeah, that one was 1 night.
kind of interested in that now. I mean, you know, I did it, so now I'm in there. But 3 days is too much, man. I mean, for 3 days, I'd rather go like San Diego or some shit. Go take my kids to Legoland or some shit like that.
It was beautiful though. We was up in Joshua Tree.
Of
And
course,
for me-
of course you were.
For
of
me,
course.
I grew up in LA, bro. So just like y'all, man, to
Yeah.
go to Joshua Tree, that's an experience for me,
No,
bro.
that's dope.
I was out
Some
there talking
camping
to the
shit.
cactuses and shit. That's what I was gonna ask you. Did you guys get a chance to go outside?
No. We kept it in the comfort and safety of somebody's home.
Right. Because something about though the stars and the,
That's what they say, but
Yeah.
but for DMT, it was really clear that you should be in a comfortable space and you should be in a place where you could just lay down. That's the most important part about it, because that's pretty much what everybody does.
Gotcha.
Rarely are you walking around on DMT. This shit just
so
makes
it's more
you
of
go.
an internal
Absolutely.
experience.
I couldn't have walked if I tried. There was some point where I wasn't me. I know there was a point where I was like, whatever I'm seeing is what is, and I'm not. The body, it was not there anymore. You know what I mean?
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.